Hi, I'm Jennifer with the VSKI education team, and I'm going to be showing you how to do a lob haircut with clippers. And a lob is a long version of a bob. So it's a neat little way to do something different in the salon behind the chair.
So let's get started with this beautiful lob technique that Jennifer is going to do. Now, a lob is really just another term for a bob, but it's just a little bit longer. Jennifer really likes doing hair with clippers because it's a really fun way just to step outside of your box sometimes. And honestly, it's a really great way to go ahead and get some length off. Like, you might go in later with some create your own cutting system techniques. But if you just want to focus on the perimeter, go ahead and get rid of that with some clippers. All right, so you can see the sectioning that she's about to start doing. It's not from the top of the ear back, but it's from behind the ear. So you'll see those lines on the edges kind of go to what we call the balance point, which is right where that occipital bone starts. So she split that section in half and is clipping that top part out of the way. So now we're going to start underneath. So we're grabbing that clipper and using a regular clipper blade. You'll see in some of our other videos, we use a texturizing clipper blade. But this is the straight one. Hold all that hair together and just go in underneath your fingers and take that length off. The great thing about doing this with clippers is you're really not afraid of cutting yourself. You can slide that blade right along parallel with your fingers, and there's no fear of anything like that happening. So taking the next section down, you're just going to do the same thing. Now you're just following your guide from underneath. See how that clipper is parallel to her fingers. You also want to make sure your fingers are parallel to the floor, because if not, if you're following that guide of your fingers, you might get a little crooked. So make sure your fingers are nice and straight, parallel to the floor, and then parallel with that clipper. This is already creating such a nice perimeter line. You'll notice it doesn't look so blunt or so harsh. So now we're moving on to our side section. I'm just going in and following along that line, trimming a little bit of hair at a time. You'll also notice how she comes in from the top and kind of starts carving in a nice rounded look. It's kind of tapering those layers just at the bottom of the hair so that it's not all exactly one length, not too blunt and heavy. Creates a nice soft curve. Now, really, the trendy thing with lobs, too, is to kind of keep it a little bit longer in the front. Not drastically. It's not a diagonal forward. It's just a little longer in the front. this trend has really hit big amongst a lot of the 20 to 30-year-old women. Thanks, Taylor Swift. So again, notice how she's freehand carving in just the bottom of that hair. So now all you really need to do is just go in, check things out, make sure you got everything. A great tip is to have your client look down, because you know what happens? This always reveals a couple of little pieces that are hiding underneath that you didn't catch in that nape area. We like to call those hair tags. So just go in, again, still freehand carving, a little bit of a tapered edge at the bottom of this lob. See how it starts to move? If you like this color technique, check out one of our other videos called arrow blocking, and that'll show you how to achieve that look. So now Jennifer's finished up with this beautiful lob using the straight attachment on her clipper, and it looks amazing.